Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing Progressive Capitals on the Fort Goryokaku map. We're playing as the green player out of the first position. We've got some choke points on the board, that is for sure. We're going to go on this 2 here. I've got plenty of material up in this region. Hopefully red avoids the 4. I mean, they're not going to have a bonus if they don't avoid the 4. If they want to go on this 3 next to me, be my guest, right? My goal is going to be to play to the left here, hopefully hold this bonus with access to the middle if I need it, right? Red rolls off of that. 1 over here, not an option. 1 over here. There's almost certainly going to be a 1-point hold off of Gatehouse for this bonus here. And this is the 3rd map of the Feudal Japan map that we will be reviewing as part of our Tier List Tuesday series, where we take a look at every single map in Risk Global Domination, stack them up against each other on these progressive capitals settings with fog and blizzards on, neutral inactivity behavior, no rank restrictions, 60-second turn timer, no alliances, no portals, balance splits dice, and again, it's Capital Conquest with progressive card trade-ins. What that means, if you're new to the game, if this is the first video you've ever seen of Risk Global Domination, it's basically just like the board game Risk, but online. And there are trade-ins that are normally fixed trade-ins with the infantry, artillery, and cavalry. Well, cavalry before artillery. Those trades are 4, 6, 8, and then if you got one of each, it's 10. And it's my turn. Oh, yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow. I took my card here. Fortify him. Why wouldn't you go on this 5, man? That's like a no-brainer. He caps directly next to me. This is an awful cap spot. I'm just going to prioritize. I'm going to hope I win the 3-on-1 over here. We're going to prioritize our capital. Otherwise, we might have to hit into red. Or I could card skip. I don't love card skipping, but... All right, we win that. That's fine. I don't always want a card skip, but yellow, this is awful, especially if somebody's capped over here for the split side of this. It looks like blue is going to be our opponent on the 1-point hold over here. But yeah, this is Risk, and the progressive trade-ins are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, and every trade after 15 is +5, so 20, 25, 30, etc. And those are universal trade-ins, so when somebody trades in a set of cards, which is a minimum of 3 cards, depending in progressive, they either all have to match or one of each. That those trade-ins are universal. So if I trade and I'm the first person to go, I get the 4, next person 6, and so on. And yeah, should be a good game. Again, Tier List Tuesday, 3rd map in our Feudal Japan map pack. We'll be finishing this map pack next Tuesday with the Himeji Remastered map, which is certainly an interesting one. It's similar in essence. This is awful. I'm not going to let you hold this. Well, I don't know why you'd commit in here. This is very annoying. And he loses nothing. It's 5 of my troops, loses nothing. That is a bummer. Red has no stake over this. There's nothing that holds here. It looks like red must be on Armory Row, and that's why he went here. I don't know why. I don't know why he would play for that. And I also don't know why the game would reward him with such incredible dice. I almost think I should. I don't trust yellow. That's the reason why I prioritize my cap. You don't cap next to somebody, especially in such an awful position, unless you're going to do something a little bit silly. So that's kind of why I played it this way, where I could have just rolled through red, and then he probably doesn't even play for this. He's not going to... He defends his cap, too, so he takes this bonus. I'd just be very surprised if he actually holds. Yeah, no interest red, sorry. And I want to have an amount here that he's not going to roll, because I want to make my intentions clear for this bonus. But he's got a bunch of troops in here, right? There's like a 6. There's like a 6 sitting here. I don't want to open that up yet. I'm not prepared to hit that. Blue, meanwhile, already has a +3. Drops 10 troops in the middle of the board. This could be an interesting game already. I think he's going to go for the split bonus over here. I believe the blue player is capped on Gatehouse, given that we hit into this territory here and didn't open them. But this is Fort Goryokaku, one of my favorite maps in this map pack. This and 47 Ronin. Weirdly, the 2 smallest maps in the map pack are actually my two favorites. This one's 54 territories. There are 4 blizzards. That knocks us down to 50 territories when blizzards are considered. That's 11 larger than the classic map. There are 11 bonuses, most of them +3s. These ring bonuses of North Point, West Point, Southwest Point, Southeast Point, and East Point are all interesting. Purple knocks me out of there. Are all +3s. We've got Gatehouse. That's a split +4. So 3 territories down here, 3 up here. Northwest Bastion, Central Bastion, both +6s. East Bastion, South Bastion, both +4s. Northeast Bastion is the lone +5 on the board. And those make up our 11 bonuses. Would love to see Red absolutely smoke this 5, and he does. He comes over here. You knew I was capped here, so I have no idea what the goal of this play was from Red. You knew I was capped here. So now you've just opened me up. You knew I was here! Why is he playing dumb? Now, unfortunately, I can't continue attacking here. And I'm not sure he has the bonus even. And maybe it's because I left troops off cap. He thought, I don't know. I don't know that he would have the bonus. Do we think he's got the bonus? Because he fortified here. He did all of his attacks here. I don't actually think he has the bonus. Interestingly, Red and my cap actually make up a 2-point hold. So Red kind of is a natural enemy of mine. Yellow is somehow allowed to hold this bonus, which is absolutely absurd to me. I don't really care. I might try to slow roll this 3 off over here. See if I can win a 2-on-2 slow roll. I mean, heck, if Red holds this and he blasts me, good for him. Yellow's cap is so unfortunate, though. Capped on a 2 here. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Perfect. I don't have to do anything. Yellow on a 7. Interesting. So there's nobody even over here. But blue sees this entry. I'll back this up. Why not? That allows me to stack everything on cap. I get my card. I'm not trying to create a war with anybody right now. I'm kind of just playing a little bit cautious because I know that I don't have a play for a bonus yet. No trade-in just yet. Seems like blue has maybe gone aggressive to black. Now it's just standard progressive cards, so eliminations are useful when the trades are higher, but right now they're not very useful. Although a 2-card elimination for me would put me at the end of the turn order. Yeah, purple's been playing for this, but I thought blue was capped here. So them playing, like, they also had this territory earlier, so they should know, because I was here, right? Or no, I wasn't here. Maybe they never viewed this. Yeah, see, this was my thinking, is that red wouldn't actually have the bonus here. They attacked twice. Why would they attack twice? My hope would be that the 6 fortifies back. Black has a bonus. A +3. A split +3, mind you. I think they have this split. I think blue has... Does blue get 12? No, blue only got 8. Does yellow go here? No, we don't see yellow's attack. Interesting. Black quits. Did yellow roll? He put 2 here, though. Why would he roll black's capital? Maybe he broke the split there. Alright, I'm going to start progressing off of this. I had a feeling. And I think I'm going to be met with a break here. So I'm not going to defend this because black already stepped out into this position, which means they broke red. I'm better off wrapping around here. But I found it very bizarre because red knew I was here. I found it bizarre for them to play for this bonus when they're not directly bordering it. Also, I have a 1-point card block on yellow later in the game if I ever need that. Blue's going to knock me out of here. This is a smart play. Don't give me access to the black elimination later. I am interested to see if red... And it's possible black actually slammed red. So maybe I could have found a relatively inexpensive red cap steal here if black capped in this absolutely terrible cap spot of Southeast Lookout. But nobody has 2 caps, so we'll keep an eye out on what happens. Like, red could theoretically roll a black cap here if it does have troops on it. I anticipate... Oh, he's going to play it this way. Fair enough. He sits there. That's not a good play. Sitting there is not a good play. Black is gone, fully flagged, so that material is just up for grabs. I think sitting here is really silly. And if yellow wants to leave this much external, he's going to hit me out of here. And rightfully so. I mean, I hate yellow's cap, but they're playing this pretty well. I don't anticipate anybody holding out on trade-ins. So what I'm going to do... Terrible dice. Yeah, black is right here. Question is, do I trust yellow enough? Let's throw one slow roll at him. Nope, no dice. Okay. Interesting. This is really interesting. We need to get yellow out of here then, back in this spot. So I think I can actually potentially break over the top. Now, I would have let red hold this. If he just wanted to take and sit, I would have let him hold it. But this is interesting to see black's cap here. Because this is essentially 3 free cards later in the game, assuming that this player gets removed from different spots on the board. Blue trades, and I think blue's trade is smart, right? I didn't mind trading early because I knew with black gone, the low end of the trade-ins are just gonna be lower to begin with. Now, the worst case scenario would be 1, yellow not getting broken, and then 2, them playing off of the 4 here to come wrap around. Yeah. Red, I really wish red just never played for this bonus. They probably would have allowed me to hold it, but now they're playing more aggressively. I do also think black slammed them because the troop count here seems considerably lower. I mean, this guy's just a clown. Just an absolute clown. Like, at this point, I'm not going to leave any troops here, and I'm not going to let this player hold the bonus. Then this was what I was worried about. I was worried that this guy was going to place up here. Now, again, I'm not even going to retake the bonus. I'm just going to do this. Because there's no point in me letting them hold if this is how they're going to behave. I'd rather just play my troop advantage. And they'll trade for they'll basically cut the troop advantage down on this next turn anyway. I almost want them to go for black to trigger higher trade-ins. Or alternatively, like purple sets and steals red's cap, but can't complete the elimination. That would be pretty good too. Did yellow hold for all that? Yeah, yellow held for 15, and for some reason blue's not disrupting them yet. Blue finds me here. Like, I'd love it if they broke yellow. I can't believe that this cap spot is working. I'm genuinely so unbelievably surprised that this spot is working for this player. All right, so red will get the 10. He'll actually be 5 troops ahead of me after this next set. I don't think this is the guy you want to fist bump. I don't think purple feels great about their position, although they're getting 9 now. So I think purple's actually holding South Bastion right next to red. What would be great is if like red slammed out and yellow didn't see any of it. That would be great, because if I could get this position on a 2-point hold, which is like my end goal, right? He's going to get black. I think he's going to get black for free here, though. Unless he loses like 18 troops and it's not the elimination. Now, red takes me for a fool here. It's an interesting choice. This is an interesting play. It basically, at this point, is if yellow wants to eliminate me, they can. That's my mindset. Red holds with off-cap troops, thinking I won't come over the top to hit them. And it certainly, if somebody is on guard's quarters, I won't go over the top and hit them. This is a frighteningly high amount of troops just sitting next to me. I guess I won't come break them because yellow is stacking on me with that many troops. And this is the other issue about the way that red's playing, is that there are such larger fish to fry in this game. Early trade-in from blue is great. Purple quit. I didn't even notice that purple quit. So blue sets early. I'm going to trade on this next one. It now makes sense for me to trade. And if this is the end of black, I could trade, get black's cards, and then trade again. Although red could steal this, right? If they're aware enough. Like, this is 3 free cards here. I would take this, personally. I could also see yellow hitting this. And I actually don't even think, even stealing the black elimination, I don't think I would want the cap here. Like, hitting through red, getting the cards, and then knowing that I'd set again right after anyway isn't really a bad thing. Now, he didn't break me, which is interesting. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I would love it if yellow played this into red. And he's just going to sit in front of me? No. Yeah, I think I gotta give this a shot. Terrible dice on red there. I don't even want to defend this. I just don't want somebody else getting those cards. I mean, look at the even roll red. So 0 attacker's advantage on that. And then we go basically double negative on the on that cap there. But now I can potentially play, I could actually give this position up to yellow and not be part of this quarrel with red anymore and go steal the purple elimination. I don't know how much purple's got on cap though. Now red sets early, so my trade's worth even more. Oh, maybe he takes purple now. He's going to slam me, isn't he? He's going to feed me. Oh, he doesn't feed me, and he doesn't take the cap over here. And blue broke yellow. 3 things that could not have come at a better time for me. Genuinely, 3 things that could not have come at a better time. And yellow goes to the left because blue opened up the capital. I thought for sure that yellow was going to come slam me there. And he would have killed me for 5 cards. I think this is a misplay by yellow because you absolutely, I think you risk the roll here. I'm going to go see if I can get purple for 3. Although it would close off my positioning on red, but the trades are even higher because everybody just set, which is nuts to me. Blue actually set the turn before that. I'm going to put 5 here just to make it cost something. Yellow. You know what? Okay, it's blue in there. An 11 cap. Surely blue's not hiding this player at all, right? We lose 8. It's crazy. And we'll set off of this so I can stack troops on cap and fortify elsewhere. Yellow managed to set up this whole thing again. If I do... And this is why sometimes the eliminations are worth it. And again, I don't value Black's capital at all. I really value Purple's. Purple's is now definitely the best cap on the board. Blue's pretty considerably weaker than I thought they would be. I don't know that they go full retaliation on Yellow here either. Maybe they do. I don't know. I wouldn't... See, I don't like them taking this bonus. I think that's greedy. Oh! Yellow had kept a bunch of troops behind Blue's capital. Holy cow. I mean, I knew Yellow was getting a lot. I didn't think they'd keep that much. Granted, their trades have been the best trades of anybody on the board. So Red's silliness ends up actually working out in our favor a little bit. I have a trade on 3. That play into Purple was great. And Blue was actually trying to hide it a little bit. I thought they might be trying to hide it back in here. And that wouldn't have been great. But now on this next turn, I can just take my card on Blue in the corner. And sort of defend my position. So I think that Yellow actually played for this +4 in Gatehouse. They didn't actually care about the cards. Red's worth 2. They're still playing. Credit to Red, still playing. And that may have been Red's biggest misplay this entire time. Because effectively... if the trades get high enough... And I'm going to prioritize this middle capital. Yellow does get completely broken again by Blue. Now, they've got all these 10s here. This was... Yellow's neighbor cap, it felt aggressive, but I actually don't think it is that aggressive. I'm going to start defending this slightly. I don't actually know that it's that aggressive of a play, and the reason for that, and also with Blue having a cap this week, I just don't think Blue's that strong. I think they took a lot of energy to remove Black. I think they took a lot of energy to remove Purple. And Yellow, I think, is still the strongest player on the board in terms of total troops, even more than me. I mean, we see 50 right here. It's another 80, another 50, 80, 17 here. If you know, it might still be me, but I'm not so certain. Now I would trade in. I'm almost hoping that somebody other than Red sets first, but I need to leave this path line into Red, because if I can eliminate Red, and this is the thing about this board is you can kill guard pretty reliably even, but he'll be at 60 troops. I just won't have enough to take him out. But it's interesting how Red didn't seek out the Black elimination. I would have assumed once I saw Blue getting as much as they were that this elimination is more valuable and more available. I mean, it was just a fairly small cap back here. What I want them to do is roll backwards. They don't do that. Now, do I bank on them? I'm not setting on 4. I mean, Yellow could trade, right? There is the possibility here that Yellow just trades. And they don't. Do I think I have enough? 45 plus 14 could fail. 59 plus a 45. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Not on a 58 cap. So I'm going to hold off. If Red doesn't set on 4, Red dies. Give them the opportunity to survive. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? As I had a feeling Blue would trade. I was hoping one of these Blue or Yellow would trade on the previous turn. I think a 50 might have gotten me there. Would have gotten me up to 110 rather than 105. And a 105 on 58 is possible, but I don't think I'm in such a dire situation where I need to make an overly aggressive play. If anything, just card blocking Red would get me into a decent position. Blue must not have realized how much material was over here. Fergus is showing up. It's a tier list Tuesday, absolute banger of a tier list Tuesday with Fergus here. And an interesting game, right? We managed to curb ourselves into a better position, which was the most important thing here. Red, if Red doesn't trade, he dies. All right, so smart play by Red. Very smart play by Red. And I like him leaving the avenue open back here. And if he takes this, he takes this, right? I probably can get it back pretty easily. I don't really care that much about this capital. I mean, if this is how you want to play, go for it. Loses 10 on a 7. I mean, I would like to get it back. Yeah, I don't know that. Or do I just let him get the extra troops, knowing that I could probably eliminate him if he goes to 4 again? Because yellow trades, he's going to be aggressive towards blue. I'm almost hoping he cuts through the middle and breaks blue out of this bottom zone. Because the part of this is I'm trying to focus so solely on red. Cat's being a goof. I'm trying to focus so solely on red that... partially because the other two are hitting each other so much. I can't close this off. I could theoretically close this off. Like, I'm just going to hit this here. I don't want to break blue. I don't want to actually get involved here. They're going to get an extra 6 troops here. Is that fine? You know what? I don't think that's fine. I think I want this back. And I even roll right back. Perfect. I don't even have to knock blue out of here. I think I just need to keep red weak. I think above all else, I just need to keep red weak. I think that's the best way to do this. And yellow isn't meaningfully breaking blue, so these two stay on the same like size amount for most of this, which is perfect. And I'm a card ahead of everybody because of taking both black and purple. Gets me, or no, I'm not even a full card ahead. I'm just at the beginning of the turnover. Holy cow. Yellow is stacking so much behind this guy. I mean, as much as I have intended vengeance against red, blue is starting to make this game very difficult in terms of, like, it probably makes some sense to start targeting him. Because, again, he's still 39 here, 9 here. Like, I don't think there's much defending in the back here. There's a very realistic possibility that the blue player is an available elimination if I have a trade on 4 and they don't. It's going to depend on what yellow does, though. The other thing is, like, now if red rerolls this capital and they don't set in, they get dangerously close to just feeding their own elimination. I've managed, despite getting neighbor capped by yellow, I've managed to avoid having any sort of issue with them. And blue's keeping yellow in check. Like, yellow was the stronger player. I still think that's true. They're getting better trade-ins because they're trading late. Red quits. Okay. You know, I had a feeling that might happen, but there was a world where red and I could have played this position amicably. I don't know, with black having the worst cap in the world, that was as bad as yellow's cap is. Red's is, or black's is even worse because it's on a split bonus. Like, at least yellow can reliably defend what they're playing for here. Now, I think I just play my game on this turn. Red appears to be back. Oh, that could be bait. That could be bait, right? They don't take a card here. Yellow does their whole thing again. I'm going to have to hit blue's 3, unfortunately. And as long as yellow doesn't stack over here, I don't really intend on stacking anything else on that capital. But I don't want to break blue, because there's 2 things happening here. One is that blue keeps getting enough troops to break yellow, which is great. And then the additional thing is I need to, especially if red is back, which they appear to be, I need to leave my line open onto red this entire time. We have a trade-in. Blue adds 4 here. Looks like yellow didn't get back to this position. And yellow, again, only got 6 there. So blue's creating, maybe not creating a gap because, again, they're trading in different spots, but certainly initiating some degree of deficit. If he fortifies off of this, blue loses the game. Okay, it was only 4. It was only a 4-troop fortify. But effectively, you know, the trades aren't really high enough to go for blue. If he rolls this, he loses. He doesn't. Okay. I mean, that'll be my card. I'm always going to keep this line open into you, buddy. Red better hope he has a trade on 3 because now I'm even more incentivized to take him out. Now, I know the moment that I do, I'm likely going to create an enemy elsewhere on the board. But if these two are going to keep fighting, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to keep a deficit. And red should know that my goal is to hit them, so I don't know why you wouldn't break me here. Make me work for it a little bit, letting me get 14 troops a turn versus, 8 or whatever. Interesting choice by yellow there. Doesn't break any bit of the additional efforts that blue put in. I'm going to leave the 3 behind him because I want this on... Oh, I don't have that. All right, we'll put this on this capital. It wasn't doing anything where it was sitting, so... There's blue set. I mean, this is exactly what I need. Basically, I need red to not have a trade in. But I needed something that would give me more troops. And yellow and blue trading ahead of me is one of those ways to get it. Now, if yellow doesn't trade on... Like, if blue steals yellow's cap and yellow doesn't trade on 4, then obviously I target yellow. And leaving yellow back here actually helps us, because if blue gets enough troops to remove all of this and roll the capital, they still won't get the elimination. But it's not a 1 game yet. I got to be careful. But this map with the pockets that it creates and the little holds and everything, I think is really interesting. I think it does it better than pretty much any map. Conwy Castle is another one that comes to mind with really interesting pockets and kill guards that are possible. This one's a little bit more direct and linear, like simple as far as how that ends up working out. Now, unfortunately, this guy is not making it easy to eliminate him by having a trade on 3. He's also given me an additional path into him, which is valuable, I think. If yellow doesn't... Yeah, yellow sits here too. So we get the best trade-in off of this. He likely retaliates on blue. Now, I won't have vision here to see what exactly yellow does to blue. But red, just by getting lucky and having that set on 3, is causing us some problems. That is for sure. But he missed a card, so now he's further behind than he would have been. Let's trade our horses. Make this a 20. I'm going to match yellow over here on this capital. And then I'm going to open up blue here, because I know I have wraparound pathing if I need it. You know what? I don't want to open up blue there. I'm going to take this bonus, because now that I know that this pathing exists... I don't even need to open up blue. I'm at such a troop advantage over my opponents right now that I'm just going to let these two keep beating on each other until the trades get high enough. And I have a trade on 3. Interesting that he'd add here. See, this is bad. These two reaching a state where they play nice with each other is not great. Now, obviously, red could break me. That wouldn't surprise me. But at this point, I almost might start feigning this idea that I'm not paying attention to him. But realistically, I think the biggest thing that red's not realizing, and why I'm not sure that they're the most experienced player, is the most important thing for me is, like, and granted, removing yellow, I want positional control over this back region, right? If blue decides to target yellow in full and fully remove him, I don't want red to have a chance to get the yellow elimination. I don't want red to exist. I mean, that's a bigger part of it. But I don't want red to have a chance at this position up here. Now I'm going to take this card over here because I'm interested to see how much blue has on capital. I'm really only interested in defending my main capital here as well. 124 there for blue. We're going to swing this around because I don't care if red gets that card now. More on blue's cap than I was expecting. I think yellow tried to take his stuff back, and blue trades on 3. This is the turn I'm hoping Lau loses 40. I mean, these guys are just keeping themselves weak. It's great. It really is tremendous because it increases my chances of winning the game. The problem is red set on 3 luck has been brutal. I'm effectively trying to build myself up enough to the point where I can just eliminate them with a trade on 3. And I think blue is more intent on hitting yellow than yellow is blue. So as nice as eliminating yellow for 4 cards would be, and I think I'd be able to do it, I think I'd get teamed on, more likely teamed on by these other 2 players to the point where I'm not even certain I'd be able to set a reliable block on them. So I don't think there's any reason to aggress yellow right now. If these 2 are going to keep if blue's going to keep wasting 40 troops on yellow, I am very heavily incentivized to allow that to continue happening. Now, I think this is another one of those situations where presumably red will take a card, and with trades getting as high as they are, like, I'm going to need a lot more to be able to take this. But I go to 5. He's going to miss a card here. I don't trust it, though. But it does help me a little bit more because I can potentially double up on a set before red, if red does return and before red trades in. And red, yeah, there's yellow's trade on 3. Red probably feels like I thought he was going to roll me there. I thought for sure yellow was going to roll my cap. I was like, that's going to be the worst play in the world. That would really even out the game, wouldn't it? Because I'm definitely the largest by a considerable amount. Red is back. Right, like 20 back here just so it's not free. Blue getting 16. They've been getting 17 this entire time. Oh, right, because yellow did that. I forgot about that. Okay. And he won't kill yellow. So this is the benefit to this, is these 2 have been hitting each other the entire time. These 2 players have been hitting each other the entire time. Red gets second because, I guess, red might even get first if he knows what just happened. I didn't realize that yellow left all of his troops behind. I didn't even process that. I didn't even look at his 1 cap here. I mean, I had the opportunity, but honestly, like, I didn't even notice that he didn't fortify back to capital. I mean, we're going to get both players here. It's crazy. I really didn't think that this was going to happen, that red would get, that we'd have red get in second, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what yellow expects to do with this. And blue didn't even defend the capital. I gotta be a little bit careful. I'm on 5. They're worth 4 cards each. And then I have to defend a bunch of caps after. I need to make sure I get that. This will wrap and try to take most of what's in here. Let me go back here with like 30, because if I fail the elimination, I want to find a way to protect this. See, this was my concern. I don't know, who's terror? I think blue is terrorizing yellow more than... I realize I'm running out of time. I realized I was running out of time there. Red does have pathing to this, actually. That's not great. I timed that wrong. He should go hide. Yeah, you should hide. No, you should hide. Because red's going to kill you for 3 cards. Yeah, I needed to play that turn faster. There was just a lot of troops to have to hit. And I didn't know how much I was going to need down here. So a bit of a misplay there. Red's got the set. I mean, he can kill, essentially once he kills blue, he's going to burn some troops on that. If he slams me, he just loses. He's smart enough to know that this blue elimination's here. But he doesn't trade off of it. But yeah, he gets second. It's a shame that I let blue get, or I let red get these cards. I'm not happy about it. Ah, he hit over here. Fair enough. Red doesn't set though, right? So I should just be able to cap run. Especially if he's off completely over here. Yeah, blue flags. What happened? Did blue flagging like glitch out red's game? Huh. Okay. Don't know what occurred there. That just gets this, right? 120 here. Did he have 1 territory left? That's funny. I can world them. And honestly, red was such a thorn in my side this game that I think I'm going to. Well, I guess I'm not going to do that. Good game. Well played. Big ol' thumbs up to you. Didn't think he'd have a thing in the corner. I don't know what happened with red's game there. I mean, he had glitched out a couple times. I'm pretty certain I was going to win it anyway. Actually, I would have won it anyway. Because he had all of his troops on both caps there. And I still cap ran. So I don't think it was a big deal, right? Although, I cap ran because I got blue's troops. Fair enough. I think I still would have won. I could have defended all of the caps in the middle and just card blocked him over here. Messed up the blue kill, though. Maybe I'm a little copium with that explanation, but I'll take it. Messed that up. I should have been able to get both of them in one turn, and I dilly-dallied and then let red get it. Red was master. I think the steal of the bonus directly next to my cap was like, what am I going to play for in the early game? That play didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I would have let them hold their bonus here if they let me hold mine, but they didn't. And partially I broke them, but I broke them because, yeah, you guys get it. Intermediate on blue, beginner on yellow, and purple, and novice on black. Yellow way too focused on bonuses, even in the late game. Purple and black obviously bailed. Black with the worst cap I've ever seen. Purple with a great cap. I mean, that middle cap served me very well. Red gets second. Good. I mean, at the end of the day, found a way to finagle second, and that's always an impressive skill. So master makes sense, other than some of the antics I think were a little bit questionable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me take a look at the map as far as our tier list Tuesday things go. Now, I very frequently, and again, 4 blizzards I mentioned, a lot of times those blizzards will end up on these outer the points of the star fort on the points here. And a lot of times you'll get them into 1-point holds. You get really interesting 1-point holds off of like these little prongs where they hold 2 of these at once, with like a blizzard on the other side or contained within the bonus, which I think are pretty cool. At the end of the day, this map, somehow it plays out better, in my opinion, than any other map that is card block heavy or kill guard heavy. Both of those things are very important on this map. And this one feels like it does those the best. I have a soft spot for this map. I really enjoyed it when it first came out. I still enjoy it today. It allows for high level play to excel. The bonuses aren't overly strong, which I think is good because it gives people without a bonus a chance to still play the game. Like Red and I hardly had any bonuses, and we finished 1 and 2, or at least early game bonuses. So I think Fort Goryokaku for me is a personal favorite of this map. I think it is an A tier map without being much higher than A tier. I don't think it's quite as worthy as like a really easy to like a huge map that card block and kill guards well, like Airship. I don't know that it's quite as good as Stockholm, which I think has slightly larger bonuses. I do think I like Boston a lot too. Boston can be a little stalematey, but I like that a lot. I think it's better than Troy. I should play the Stockholm map more. That map's a good map, and I think it's really underrated. Maybe we'll do that in an upcoming video. But Fort Goryokaku is just a fun map for me. I enjoy it nearly every time I play it, and I think it's slightly better than Troy, and I think it's slightly better than the snooze fest that US Midwest can sometimes be. I think this one gives more reliable results, doesn't snowball crazy easily, and on these settings at least. And that's why we're going to put it up here in upper A tier, not quite to the S tier echelon. I think that those maps hold a special place in at least my gameplay preferences, especially ones like Las Vegas, Earth 2209, etc. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with Himeji Remastered as our final map in the Feudal Japan map pack next Tuesday. As always, everybody, I have been C Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.